Startup Marketing, Unconventional, Simple, Brilliant. Written by Ryan E. Murray. Recorded by the author. Preface. In marketing, as in most things in life, there are techniques and then there are principles. Techniques, as I call them, are the tips and tricks to make something work. It's the subtle nuances that make all the difference. In small business marketing, using the right techniques can make your marketing strategy work, while using the wrong techniques will leave your business struggling to survive. Techniques are very important, but the same marketing techniques that work for someone else's business won't necessarily work for you and your business. The way a business engages in social media marketing, for example, would be a technique. Whether or not to use an in-house sales team would be a technique. The color scheme a business uses in their marketing materials would be a technique. However, techniques change. They evolve or improve. They can be developed and modified. Principles, on the other hand, don't change. They remain constant. In your business, you can choose what marketing techniques you want to use and how you want to use them. But you can't pick and choose principles in the same way. You can either accept a principle, learn from it, and improve your marketing, or you can ignore a principle, suffer from your lack of understanding, and struggle with your marketing as a result. An example of a marketing principle would be the value of understanding your customers' wants and needs. Regardless of the technique you use to better understand your customer, it is critical to your marketing success that you understand them. Having a product or service that is in demand is another example of a marketing principle. This may sound obvious, but there are entrepreneurs out there who are trying to sell products or services that many people really don't want. Which is more important to the success of your small business, techniques or principles? If you've studied marketing concepts before, either in a formal educational setting or on your own, you have likely encountered several techniques to use when marketing a small business. Most of the books, online content, and information written about marketing deal almost exclusively with understanding and improving techniques. But before you focus on techniques, it's important to have your marketing principles in place first. If you start with marketing techniques, you might succeed based solely on luck. But if you want to move beyond luck and be able to predict or control the success of your small business, you'll need to start with marketing principles. This book will focus primarily on marketing principles, not techniques. So if your goal is to learn how to maximize your followers on social media, create an ad campaign that will really stand out among all the media noise, or learn what to say to close a sale, this book isn't for you. What you will learn instead is a process to successfully market your startup small business. Prior to writing this book, I spent several years engaged in the study of what works and what doesn't for small business marketing. I gathered input from a team of advisors, small business consultants, and those in the trenches of marketing their own businesses. I began to realize that there are several differences in the types of small businesses and how to market for each type. I'm not talking about the different industries or market segments. By type, I mean what stage the business is in. Is it a startup business or an established one? Is the business in a growth stage or is it actually declining? Each different stage requires a different marketing strategy as well as following different marketing principles. Just like you wouldn't expect the marketing strategy to be the same for a major multinational corporation as it would be for a local small business, the same is true for a small business and a startup small business. Unfortunately, most influential marketers, presenters, and small business coaches make no distinction between how to market a small business compared to marketing a startup. There are different principles and techniques that should be used to achieve success when marketing a startup small business. Understanding these unique principles for startup marketing is the focus of this book. Many of the principles or strategies laid out in this book don't apply to other stages of business. This book is for startups that want to know how best to grow their business. Because we are so accustomed to trying various marketing techniques without first understanding the correct principles behind those techniques, and because we assume that all marketing principles are the same regardless of the stage or type of business, it will require an open mind to begin to see your startup marketing in the correct light. As a result, many of the concepts and ideas in this book may seem at odds with what you've been taught about marketing. Keep in mind, those techniques might work for an established business.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?